what this project's all about.
So we're looking to replace traditional payments for people who are currently using in the fiat world, in the traditional fiat legacy systems.
What was your feeling? What was your gut feeling here?
I guess my approach to life is more solution oriented in general, right? Like if I encounter roadblocks, if I encounter some sort of disaster, my first reaction isn't to I don't know, find someone to blame or like start breaking down and go into tears, because I find those things just it doesn't solve the problem at the end of the day.
I love everything that you are doing to rebrand this thing. What's going on, cowboy? In this video, we are talking about Paybolt. If this is familiar to you or not familiar to you, the man who we are interviewing today, his name is James, and we have interviewed him twice on this channel regarding a project called BNBPAY. And we're going to figure out, hey, what's happened with BNBPAY? How has it evolved? What's going on with the team? And is this still a good project to get in? If you were in on the ground level of BNBPAY, you and me made some major bags, and I have nothing but love for this project right now. So just full disclosure, but you still have to do your best information, your best due diligence. Don't believe my word. I just got a little lizard brain. If you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm gonna journey into my next Bitcoin while giving away a free Bitcoin on this channel. If you know a YouTuber who's giving out more crypto away on their channels, link them down below, okay? Because I want to compete with them. But I think I'm the biggest right now. I think, okay? But I'm trying to get you that's part of that Bitcoin. And so all you have to do is comment on the channel down below on this video, and I will be going through these videos and sending out some free cash, some free crypto to anyone who comments here. Well, it's a drawing, it's a lucky drawing. And if you're feeling generous, hit a like button on this thing or subscribe. That would be awesome if you just joined the community. Okay, so what we're doing here is we are giving you the best source of information. You could go to like a YouTuber, you could go to like a white paper, you could go to like a website, and there could be misinformation, like you might not get the full picture. So I think the best way to like get into the heart of a crypto project is get to the person behind the crypto project. And we have James here behind Paybolt, and we are trying to figure out, is this the right project for us? So James, welcome back to the hot seat.
Good, Aaron. It's always good to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm good. How are you, my friend?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. It's been a whirlwind since we've last spoken on my side. I'm sure you've been busy too with all the crypto trading and the videos and all that stuff. So yeah, it's been good.
Good deal. Now, I'm going to go over who you are for people who don't know you. I'm going to go over what BNBPAY was and then what Paybolt is in the future. Okay, so these things that's what we're going to go through. So for those of us who don't know who you are, James, could you give us a quick synopsis of your origin story and coming into crypto?
Yeah, sure. So my name is James. I'm one of the co-founders and CCO of, BNBPAY and now Paybolt after our rebranding. So I've been a crypto investor since 2017, got into Ethereum, Bitcoin, loved it, all the smart contract, permissionless, decentralized, all that jazz, bought into the whole nine yards. And founded a few projects, or teamed a few teams. And then, BNBPAY, we started with myself and another co-founder, Teason, 6 months ago now. And then I had to rebrand after the Bitmap Hack. I'm sure we'll get into those things in more detail. And then Paybolt. Yeah, so that's where we're at today.
Okay, so BNBPAY / Paybolt, what's it about? And then I'm going to go into the rebrand here. So, but what's the general big strokes of like big broad strokes of what this project's all about?
Sure. So we're looking to replace traditional payments for people who are currently using in the fiat world, in the traditional fiat legacy systems, your Paybolt, your PayPal's, your credit card, your Stripe, your Square, all those payment processors. They're dealing primarily with fiat. So we're looking to replace that with crypto. Pretty much what, from day one in the Bitcoin white paper, right? P2P, permissionless cash. So that's what
Yeah.
that's in essence what Paybolt's doing.
Awesome. Yeah. And I remember you were getting into coffee shops and different, like marketing to different stores and stuff like that. So basically, you are trying to replace the legacy system with a crypto system of just payment processors.
Yeah,
Which I love the idea. Actually, I don't know if you've heard this. I'm sure you have because you're in the space. But Chamath
big
Palihapitiya, I
fan,
think that's
big
his name.
fan.
Yeah, big VC guy, big into crypto, and he said that the payment processing, the legacy payment processing, will be the biggest losers in 2022 because crypto will be starting to take this main stage, this forefront into payment processing. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, absolutely, I agree with him, and I think he got into a little hot water recently with some controversial things that he said. But that's another story for another day. But generally, yeah, big fan of him. I think with all, and obviously he's got a pedigree of successful ventures that both he owned and also he invested in. So for people like that's I think entrepreneurial and also revolutionary. Anytime they make a sweeping statement about industry or economic changes or what their vision of the future is going to be, like you do, I think you'll do well to listen or at least take some of their advice to heart. So I absolutely agree with him. I think there's a lot of barriers. There's a lot of friction. There's a lot of middlemen in the traditional payment space that's being, frankly, getting away with murder, for a lack of a better word, for a while, right? They're charging for cross payment transactions. If I was sending someone, and I know this from personal anecdote, sending someone to Europe for some work that they've been doing, the payment processor charges me 3%. And then they do the conversion, and then on the other end, the person that's providing the service also gets charged 3%. So just myself sending $2,000 from my bank account to his or her bank account in Ukraine, that's a 6% clip from a payment processor. So all these inefficiencies, I think, is going to be crypto is that's what crypto is here for, right? If you've ever sent payments, maybe not on Ethereum, obviously, but on any of the other chains, you'll know it's takes seconds and costs you pennies rather than costing you hundreds of dollars.
Agreed. And one more thing on this, because I've been studying for our interview here, and then we'll get to like the transition from BNBPAY to Paybolt. But I have been doing some research into the history of why these payment processors charge 3%, and it's because back in the day they had huge buildings of people who had to balance and regulate books. Like when they were sending cash over, they had physical books and manual labor, and they were going through it. They had massive amounts of people and buildings to maintain and upkeep. That's why they would charge 3%. Well, as technology evolved, they could eliminate more and more people. Now it's like just all robots and automation and AI and technology, but they're still charging that 3%. And that is what we are trying to cut out. We're trying to catch up the payment structure, the cost of everything to the actual, labor or whatever, the physical cost, which is like negligible, but they are still making that money. And yeah, that's something that I just learned on my research of BNBPAY, Paybolt, payment processor. Like I said, I was into this. I was like, oh, I need to research this. And that's what I learned. And so I guess that's what you're trying to cut out.
Exactly. And there's a lot of there's a lot of institutions and companies behind the scenes that, for us, outside of the payment industry will not, may not know, but like there's a lot of fingers in the pie. There's your bank institution, there's your credit cards, your Visa, your MasterCard, they're taking a clip. There's the payment processors, there's the rebranders, there's the, wholesalers. And so there's, that 3% gets divvied up into a lot of different fingers, and basically. So crypto, hopefully will replace all that.
Absolutely. Now, that to me, that just gives more credibility to your project and what your space and what you're trying to do. Now, let's talk about the switch. You were in August 3rd, you had an interview with me as the Paybolt CCO, okay? Or sorry, the BNBPAY CCO. And then now in September 13th, you had another interview with me as BNBPAY. But now it is January 18th, and you have rebranded to Paybolt. What happened?
I guess, long story short, the Bitmap hack around 12th of December, if memory serves me correct, affected us. Basically, affected a lot of coins on both BSC and Ethereum. BPay was unfortunately one of them. So the hacker basically took all the BPay coins off the Bitmap hot wallet. All up, it was about 93 million of BPay, which at the time was worth about 550 to 600,000. So yeah, I know, crazy, right? So we got wind of this on I remember it was a Sunday morning for me. So just doing my thing with family, and then I saw the news. And yeah, to our dismay, our coin was one of the affected coins. So we had a choice to a few paths that we could take. We could do nothing, right? Just let it happen. And then obviously what would have proceeded was the hacker would have liquidated all his or her BPay on the DEX on PancakeSwap. And obviously that would have meant a significant loss of value for the BPay token. And that's what a lot of the bigger coins end up doing. They just, they just let it happen, I guess. Safe Moon, I think Mini, Doge, a few others. But anyway, that's one course of action. Another was just to say, hey, we're not going to let this happen. We're not going to let you get away with it and steal our investors' money. We're just going to stop trading, or stop the token from trading, BPay from trading. And at a time, we were also at a stage where we were thinking a lot about. Sorry, that's my dog. We're thinking a lot about expanding our horizon, expanding from just BSC to other chains, basically going multi-chain. And then, so we decided to stop trading and at the same time do the rebranding because of I wouldn't say get away, but more so just have a non-BNB, non-name that's not associated with a specific blockchain, which could be a hindrance. So that's what we did.
Basically, Bitmart got hacked and you lost millions of your token, which amounted to about $600,000. And if that was liquidated on the DEX, you would have lost a lot of value in your coin. Charts tank, people upset, all this kind of stuff. So you were simultaneously looking to do some rebranding and multi-chain interoperable or multi-chain stuff, which by the way, I love Paybolt way better than BNBPay, way better. As a name, and the logo and the website looks clean as heck. I love everything that you are doing to rebrand this thing. So I'm fully bought in. But it looks like so professional. Good job, guys. Whoever your web designer, fantastic job. And I see that you've got apps coming out, and we'll get to all this stuff in the future. But for right now, it just ended up lining up, right? This bad thing, you're turning into a good thing, and you halt everything down. How did the transition for all your holders go?
So at the same time, we were debating what to do next. We just hired a new CEO. We grew from two founders to now a team of 10 plus, if you're including, and then probably more if you're including the contractors and things like that. But so we're contemplating our next move. Naturally, we had, I guess, two logical paths. One was to raise funds privately through VCs, right? The very popular traditional method for crypto. Get a lot of private investors to put up some capital and give them a discounted token. Two was to do just a public IDO pre-sale, which we ended up choosing to do. But at the same time, we were very conscious that of our grassroots, that it was the BNBPay holders that got us to where we are today. So we didn't want them to miss out in any way. So we decided to do a token migration, upgrade our contract as well, and then also to migrate our BPay holders one-to-one pay tokens.
Breaking news, James has just agreed to give away $1,000 value of the Paybolt token. After this video or this interview was recorded, we were able to broker a deal here, and he was just very generous, and we just want to both show that we are so excited about this community. 500 of that $1,000 can be won by 5 different people, $100 a piece, by commenting down below. I mean, the odds are very good. You know, just comment down below and they'll pick a winner. And the other 500 actually will be in the High Rollers Club, which there are only like 10 people right now. That we restricted access. There's only 10 people right now. I think there's 11 actually. So the likelihood of winning there is like extremely high. And I just want to pour more value into these videos, into the community. Just thank you guys so much, and thank you, James, for your generosity. And let's keep on with this interview. Awesome. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you have an IDO out now? Like, what's going on there?
So yeah, we do. We did a whitelist, internal, almost you can say internal investors, like existing investors IDO, 2,500 slots. So that was just completed. And now we're also doing a public round of IDO. Across some of the some of the launch pads like PinkSale, DXLs, and things like that. That's gotcha. Ongoing. That'll be kicking off this week.
Awesome. So if you guys are interested in this project, check out the links down below for that. But let's keep going on this. I want to get to the future, but really quick, I want to get into your brain. What was your brain? What were you thinking? What were the emotions that were going through your brain when you heard that news? And then as you're trying to transition out of the bad news into like the future of BNBPAY, which is now Paybolt.
Yeah, it was definitely unpleasant to say the least. Obviously, hacks makes the daily news in crypto, right? Every day or every second day, there seems to be a hack of some.
I want to know if you were shattered, or if you were like, if your eyes freaking just caught fire and you were just like, okay, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, what was your feeling? What was your gut feeling here?
It was definitely some degree of both, but I would say for me, I guess my approach to life is more solution oriented in general, right? Like if I encounter roadblocks, if I encounter some sort of disaster, my first reaction isn't to find someone to blame or like start breaking down and go into tears, because I find those things just it doesn't solve the problem at the end of the day. So for me, my brain immediately switches to crisis management mode. What do we do now? What are the next steps? What are the pros and cons doing A, B, and C? What kind of messaging should we be sending out to our investors, to our internal team, and things like that? So I think I was too caught up in crisis management to even have time to process what had happened. But yeah, obviously it was devastating.
That's good to hear. Like I know a lot of developers. I've seen a lot of developers go through a lot of fire, and some of them break down and cry like little babies. Like I'm like, whoa, what's going on? If this breaks you down, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen in the future. But I do want to know, what is the future for Paybolt? Man, I'm getting confused here. What's the future for Paybolt going forward? What are the most exciting things to look forward to about your project?
Okay. Yeah. So obviously the rebranding took a lot longer, and a lot more effort went into it than we thought it would initially. Like it's crazy, initially, I mean, my naive perception at the time was, okay, we'll just have to change the name, change the logo on everything, right? How copy and paste, how long would that take? But no, it's the actual rebranding effort, company-wide rebranding is crazy. Yeah, I would not want to do it again if I could. But having said that, obviously a lot of these developments and things like that were contingent on that were running on the old BNBPAY smart contract needs to be halted, and while we wait for the new contract to be deployed. So your mobile apps, our e-commerce app plugins, etc., they're all delayed to say the least. But the good news is, we've expanded a lot since then. We've got a lot more bigger team now. There's a lot more people doing little different aspects of our project. So so it's exciting times, especially the next 6 months. We've got our mobile app for both user and merchant that's going to come out very soon. In fact, we just previewed, Zave, our CEO, previewed the mobile app and as well as the merchant app as well as the merchant portal recently. So you got to look at the UI, some of the version 1 functionalities that's in the merchant portals and the merchant app. So yeah, that's something that will be coming out very soon, and we're very excited about. Because once that is launched, then that's it. Merchants can start integrating it into their businesses and start accepting crypto for real, basically.
Awesome.
Yep. And then other things like staking, mobile app. We're all working towards early this year for release for a lot of the version 1s.
So let me try to tease out how it actually works, okay, for someone. So say you set up one of your little, I guess a Paybolt box, right? And someone swipes it's in a coffee shop,
Mhm.
right? And someone swipes their card through that. If they have like Visa, like a regular card, like what happens when I take my debit card or credit card and I swipe through? I'm not into crypto or anything. It's not my crypto.com card or anything. It's just a regular card. What then happens?
So right now we're actually initially we're only going to accept crypto, so crypto to
Okay.
crypto transactions. So you can use your own MetaMask. You can use our crypto wallet, our crypto Paybolt wallet, right?
Okay.
You can load it up with whatever. Oh well, at the moment we're on Ethereum, Polygon, and BSC. So any of the tokens on those chains. Let's say I want to spend my pay today to buy something online or buy something offline. So that's basically what we're offering right now. It's and then on the merchant side, so the merchant app will double up as a POS. So let's say you're accepting a $5 transaction for a coffee. You punch in $5, and then it will give you the mobile app will give you a QR code, and then the customer just scans the QR code, select what payment method they want to use or what coin they want to use, and then that's it. The payment's done from there.
Okay. So help me to understand this. I was looking through the old videos in September 13th. You said you had several coffee shops, and this was already a working system. What happened here?
So e-commerce, the plugin was working already. We had a prototype we had a beta testing, so it was the public got around to testing it. So the payment system worked. E-commerce, because we need to upgrade to a new contract. The old contract was relying on the BNBPAY system, BNBPAY contract, which obviously is now we still haven't resumed trade. I mean, the trading, stopped trading basically. So we need to integrate into the new contract. The new contract will have additional features, the pay contract, such as cross-chain, bridging, and all these things. So it's a matter of moving all our legacy, all our all our products, and then integrating into the new smart contract before they can be operational.
Got it. Okay, so you're in the middle. This is still part of the whole transitionary process. That's what I'm hearing.
Yep. So along with the contract will be deployed this week across all 3 blockchains, and then after that, we can start to get the engine turning in terms of integrating it with all our different apps.
How long until that comes out? Because to me, that's where the money's at. So how long till that comes out?
The different apps or the contract?
The ability for someone to swipe a card and then it switches on to crypto, and then from fiat into crypto and back over.
Yep. So so we're okay. So hopefully, obviously, the short answer is hopefully soon. The long answer is there's a bit of process behind it, mainly from the regulatory side of things, because every jurisdiction, every country, every region have their own stance on crypto, right? Some are crypto friendly to downright banned. So it depends on what country, what jurisdiction you're from, and what kind of payment processes that we'll be working with in each jurisdiction. So that will ultimately determine how fast we can get the fiat to crypto side of things working. And I do agree with you; it's inevitable. It probably won't be in our version 1 of our products because predominantly we are pushing for a crypto-centric payment. Our ideal world is a crypto-centric payment system, right? And that is kind of the trend that the world is going towards, although, at a slow pace, but I'm sure everyone will get there one day with Web3. So that is our main target. So we want to get that right. And then we're looking at, depending on what the needs and use cases for merchants and users, and then we'll be able to adapt from there. We've got we're in talks with a few financial institutions, real-world financial institutions outside of crypto that could help us expedite that process. Obviously, way too early for me to talk about in detail. One in India in particular, I think we're confident that something will happen there. If we do, then I think that would be the fastest way for us to get from fiat to crypto and then crypto back to fiat.
Gotcha. Okay. So depending on the, first it's your own side and then this regulation side, what are we talking, like a year before we get into the first country? Crypto payments can already be accepted, right? There's a lot of countries where you can actually do crypto to crypto transactions already. Okay. I can like that demo product, the beta test for Vamos, which is a Malaysian coffee shop, right? They also sell coffee beans online. So I can go in there, use my Paybolt wallet, import my existing wallet, right? Let's say it's got a few Matics on there, and I use that Matic to pay for coffee beans, online coffee beans. So that can already be done. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just what you mentioned, which is the taking your debit card or your credit card or some sort of bank fiat, swapping that into crypto. Because the process from swapping to fiat to crypto is where the regulators really clamp down on, right? It's not the crypto to crypto transactions; it's the fiat to crypto conversion, and that's why the likes of Binance in Singapore and stuff, and in Europe they had a lot of issues because they weren't going through the right process with regulators and getting the regulatory licenses. So that's the challenging part.
Yeah, and especially when everyone wants to tax that kind of stuff and they don't know how to tax it and all that kind of stuff. So no problem. I got it. All right. So moving forward here, what is I'm guessing the biggest thing is this week, the IDO. You want people to start joining this IDO. But is there anything else that we haven't talked about the scope of your project here? We talked a little bit about the app coming out. It's, you just demoed it. We talked the transition over it. We talked a little bit about your future, but is there anything left on the table that you haven't talked about and you want to get off your chest about Paybolt?
Yeah, sure. We have a few quite exciting announcements that we had since we last spoke, right? And pertaining to BNBPAY as well. Since then, we've partnered up with one publicly listed company, Taiwan, listed on Keysong Group. They're listed on the Taiwanese exchange. They're in the poultry business, so chickens. They're predominantly they cater to all of Southeast Asia. Their core business is B2B, but they also have a B2C, which is e-commerce. So basically we partnered up with them. We're going to be their exclusive crypto payment solutions provider. So
Wow.
that's going to be exciting. Yep, it'll give us a lot of visibility because they're a very popular brand in
What's the name of that business again?
Keesong, Keesong Group. They're a public listed company in the Taiwan Stock
Do some
Exchange.
research.
Yep.
Good deal.
And then another big partnership that we recently announced was with Zing Mobile. Zing Mobile is a telco value add service provider. I think they have they're in a lot of Southeast Asia and African countries. So more third world countries, but where it's really that sort of crypto, and crypto is really booming because of depends on the country, right? Either instability with the local
Right.
government or instability with the local currency, etc., etc. But yeah, so Zing Mobile has like 13 million users in what's the country? Anyway, so they're in a few. I forget, but there are a few. I have to look them up. But a few countries, Tanzania. They're they're very big in Indonesia, and Myanmar. That's it. 13 million customers in Myanmar. So we've joined up with them in like a 50-50 joint partnership, a joint venture. We're going to build like a super app, which is very popular in parts of Southeast Asia, where basically the idea of a super app is that there's an app where you can go in there, everyone uses, and you can go in there for all kinds of services, right? Getting food, ordering a taxi or Uber, streaming entertainment services, e-commerce, gaming, you name it. So so this is very exciting. So from our perspective, we're looking to kind of have crypto or have Paybolt or Pay as the predominant currency that resides in that app from a whether you use for in token for gaming, mobile gaming, or streaming services, or even mobile top ups, whatever the services, right? So we're definitely looking to push out to the brand and crypto in general as a payment solution to millions of their users, and on their end they want to capture a bigger slice of the market share in terms of from a telco perspective to their local industries, local regions in those countries that I mentioned. So yeah, that's an exciting one.
Makes total sense. Like I always want to know about the partnerships that crypto projects and the crypto teams are getting into, and those sound like two big ones, especially if you're in a lot of different countries. I like to hear that. Anything else that's going on with BNB or sorry, gosh, you got me getting confused. Paybolt. What's anything else going on with Paybolt that we need to know about?
I think outside of that, development wise, actually, sorry, one more thing. So a marketplace. So we had back in BNBPAY, we created our own e-commerce marketplace. The idea was really to showcase that you can indeed spend. There is a centralized platform. Centralized is a bad word. A one-place platform where you can use. Yeah, that's banned. That's a banned word. One platform where you can exclusively spend crypto to purchase real-world goods, right? Because rather than there's a coffee shop in Malaysia that accepts crypto, but you don't live in Malaysia. You might not want their coffee beans, but they're for centralized place. So yeah. It's Paybolt. It's now Paybolt.bn marketplace. It's shop.paybolt.io. So go check that out. I think that in itself showcases how easy it is to use our payment gateway to pay for using crypto to pay for any goods and services. So.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of merchants are going to start to use both, and then they're going to start to merge and migrate and all that kind of stuff. If I could make a special request, I'd like to see some donations. I run the church. I'm a pastor of a church, and so I would so use this, like something like where they scan or whatever, however the system works, and then they are able to pay in whatever currency that they want. or donate into whatever currency they want. I think that is an untapped market myself, but you are the expert there, not me. And just something that I know I would be looking forward to using.
That sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. And I think we had a discussion before prior to the hack and everything with regarding to setting up on your website as well, right? So I think it's the same idea, right? Any website, you set up a payment gateway, Paybolt's payment gateway, and then people can just readily send coins to it, be it via donation or for other purposes. So sure. I'll keep you updated. We'll chat about that offline, but definitely we'll get that set up.
Yes, sir. So I think we've covered the whole range of things, unless there's even more to cover.
No, I think that's it. That's it for now. Appreciate you having me. Always good to have a chat, talk about the latest updates, and look forward to doing this again in the future.
Guys, if you're watching this video, you got to understand the history of BNBPAY into Paybolt. Like, this is in the crypto space, they're like ancient. It's like 6 months or however August, like 7-8 months or so. And they were moving fast, lightning fast speed. I saw their charts skyrocket. I've never seen such a moon bag before in my life, and I was fortunate enough to catch that ride. I know a lot of the Cowboys were fortunate to catch that ride. This is another chance to get in on an entry point on the IDO. Check out the links in the description down below if this is something that is your fancy. Look, this is never financial advice, but this is something that I've personally found some good bags in, and I see a strong future because of the greater market and all that kind of stuff, like we talked about earlier in this video. Anyway, guys, James, if you are talking to a cowboy who's on the fence a little bit about Paybolt, what is one thing that you could tell him to say, hey, you know what, join Paybolt, you won't regret it?
Yeah, one thing I actually forgot to mention was our trading price, which we've set, is at a significant the IDO price is at a significant discount to the trading price, about 75. So the IDO price is 0.0028, and we set our initial set trading price to 0.005. So there is a 90-day vesting, but immediately you're in the green from day one. But I think obviously it's very. I'll be shelling my own company, shelling my own bag if I was to tell you to invest in crypto. But invest in Paybolt. But I'd say just do your own diligence, right? We've got plenty of resources. Like I've made a point to be very present on social media. We have video updates, weekly dev updates. We're posting on all our socials. We have a Git book. So check out all these resources. Plenty of things there for you to do your research. And at the end of the day, if you believe in us, if you think we're a good project, if you believe in your team and think we can execute, then take a look and maybe invest.
Awesome. Guys, we got nothing else for you. Lizard brain, gorilla arms, diamond hands. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you guys.
Peace out.